Parks and Recreation Season 6.
The sixth season of Parks and Recreation originally aired in the United States on the NBC television network, from September 26, 2013 with an hour-long premiere, and concluded on April 24, 2014 with an hour-long finale. It premiered in its new Thursday 8 p.m. time slot. This season consisted of 22 episodes. The show moved to Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. beginning with its 100th episode.
Cast:
Amy Poehler as Leslie Knope, the councilwoman for the town of Pawnee who loves her hometown. She has not let politics dampen her optimism. Her ultimate goal is to become President of the United States. Poehler departed from the NBC sketch comedy series Saturday Night Live, where she was a cast member for nearly 7 years, to star in Parks and Recreation. It was only after she was cast that Daniels and Schur established the general concept of the show and the script for the pilot was written. Rashida Jones as Ann Perkins, a nurse and political outsider who gradually becomes more involved in Pawnee government through her friendship with Leslie. Jones was among the first to be cast by Daniels and Schur in 2008, when the series was still being considered as a spin-off to The Office, where Jones had played Jim Halpert's girlfriend Karen Filippelli, Aziz Ansari as Tom Haverford, Leslie's sarcastic and underachieving subordinate, who eventually begins to consider leaving his City Hall job to pursue his own entrepreneurial interests. As with Jones, Daniels and Schur had intended to cast Ansari from the earliest stages of the development of Parks and Recreation, Nick Offerman as Ron Swanson, the Parks and Recreation director who, as a libertarian, believes in as small a government as possible. As such, Ron strives to make his department as ineffective as possible, and favors hiring employees who do not care about their jobs or are poor at them. Nevertheless, Ron consistently demonstrates that he secretly cares deeply about his fellow co-workers. Aubrey Plaza as April Ludgate, a cynical and uninterested Parks Department intern who eventually becomes the perfect assistant for Ron. The role was written specifically for Plaza. After meeting her, casting director Allison Jones told Schur, "I just met the weirdest girl I've ever met in my life. You have to meet her and put her on your show." Chris Pratt as Andy Dwyer, a goofy and dim-witted but lovable slacker. Pratt was originally intended to be a guest star and the character Andy was initially meant to appear only in the first season, but the producers liked Pratt so much that, almost immediately after casting him, they decided to make him a regular cast member starting with Season 2. Adam Scott as Ben Wyatt, a competent but socially awkward government official trying to redeem his past as a failed mayor in his youth. Scott left his starring role on the States comedy series Party Down to join the show. Rob Lowe as Chris Traledger, an excessively positive and extremely health-conscious government official. Unlike Scott, Lowe was originally expected to depart after a string of guest appearances, but later signed a multi-year contract to become a regular cast member. Jim O'Ware as Jerry Jejich, a sweet-natured but painfully incompetent longtime city employee who is the main target of The Office petty unkindness, yet enjoys his life as the husband of a gorgeous woman and the father of 3 beautiful daughters. He reached retirement with a full pension in Season 5, but returned to the Parks office to work as an intern. As of Season 6, the other characters have taken to calling him Larry Jane Gertch, after accidentally calling himself that name. Retta as Donna Meagle, the confident and competent office manager for the Pawnee Parks and Recreation Department. She is now accepting of her co-workers, previously dismissing them as boring. She has little tolerance for stupidity, can sometimes be selfish, enjoys casual dating, and is irresistible to many men. Donna loves her car, a Mercedes-Benz M-Class SUV.
Production.
On July 31, 2013, it was reported by BuzzFeed that Rob Lowe and Rashida Jones would be leaving the series around the middle of the season. Their final episode was episode 13, Ann and Chris. Due to the departure of Jones and Lowe, longtime regulars Jim O'Ware and Retta were added to the show's opening credit sequence starting with episode 14, Anniversaries. Jones appears as a special guest star in episode 17 when Ann has her baby. Chris Pratt was absent for much of the early part of the season, due to him filming Guardians of the Galaxy in London. Executive producer Michael Schur stated the show went to London for the first 2 episodes in order for Pratt's character Andy to make an appearance. Pratt made a brief return in the 6th episode, with Schur adding that Pratt would return to the series in the 10th episode, the series' 100th episode. In February 2014, NBC announced a digital tie-in for the show, titled The Happy Group, which aired on February 20. Created to help viewers remain engaged with their favorite programs while NBC broadcasts the 2014 Winter Olympics, it featured Jay Jackson, Matt Besser, Nick Kroll and Mo Collins reprising their roles as Pod Hapley, Crazy Ira, The Douche, and Joan Colomezzo, respectively, with Seth Morris as Mike Patterson, a new character who will recur on the TV show as well. The tie-in, directed by Morgan Sackett and written by Greg Levine, features the characters and a heated, political roundtable discussion of Pawnee hot topics. Rector tweeted on February 27, 2014 that filming for the season had finished.
Episodes
Plus denotes an hour-long episode.